gentlemen, and welcome to What's Up With That, the show that brings you interesting people, places, cultures, and subcultures here in the South Bay, the San Francisco Bay Area, the state of California, and beyond. And tonight, what's up with go-go dancing? What is go-go dancing? And how does one learn to become a go-go dancer? Well, when I think of go-go dancing, I think of the movies from the 60s and the 70s with those girls with like the eyelashes that are like out to here, you know, and the big blue eyeliner stuff, and you know, they're doing the twists and they got the big high boots on, and you know, it was kind of a big cultural thing. Go-go dancing today is a little bit different. A lot of people, however, associate go-go dancing with stripping and things like that. And go-go dancing is really just another form of adult entertainment. And it's really exciting to watch. And we're going to see a really awesome go-go dancer tonight. She has come down to the studio. You'll see her performing. Her name, I'd like to welcome her to the show. Please welcome Envy.
Hello.
How you doing, Envy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for coming down and,
Thank you for having
doing
me.
the go-go. So how did you get interested in go-go dancing?
I learned about it with a friend. She was interested in dancing, and she told me about it, and I told her I do not know how to dance. So she was like, let's watch some videos, get you warmed up, and learn some stuff, and I tried it and never stopped dancing since probably 2 years ago.
Wow. So did you go and like watch performances first, or?
I did. I watched, I went to a club and watched some girls dance, and then afterwards they showed me how to do some moves and took it from there.
Bust it loose?
Yeah. I took it from there and put my own twist on it.
So your perception though, when your friend, I'm so interested in this whole thing. So when your friend first came up and said, you know, I want you to be a go-go dancer, what was your perception of a go-go dancer?
A stripper.
Yeah, I mean.
I told her no way. So she said, it's not as bad as you think it is.
Right.
Come check it out and try it, and then see if you like it. If not, then don't do it.
Right. And I'm sure people, when you tell them you're a go-go dancer, assume probably that you strip and that stuff as well. Yeah, so, you know, that's the problem with perceptions. You know, that's why we're here, to show the world what go-go dancing is. So now you've hooked up with this person, and then what happened? Tell me how your career started.
I went to a club that was semi go-go dancing / bikini bar.
Okay.
And I learned a lot from going there, and dancers, and then the outfits. It's a lot to it. It's the outfits, the hair, makeup, all of it. And put my own twist onto it and started working at the club with my friend. And ever since then, been go-go dancing. And it's actually pretty fun. It's a lot of exercise, hard work.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I think people don't realize, and we'll see it in a minute, that you have to be in good shape. So you have to work out all the time. Try to eat right. All the things you're supposed to do that we don't usually do.
Yeah, it's pretty, you have to have everything together. If not, you're just going to look a big mess.
Right. So how did you actually learn to dance? Were you a dancer as a kid? Were you just always...
I've always tried to dance. I don't know if it looked good or not, but I tried it and had a teacher help me. So took some pole classes.
Yeah.
Got me warmed up.
Right. So when you talk about a pole class, what's a pole class?
A pole class is an instructor who teaches women how to dance on a pole.
Okay.
And a lot of go-go dancers nowadays, some dance in cages or on a pole. And you just need to know how to work the pole.
Right. So knowing how to work the pole, I mean, what do you have to do that? Because you were talking about a little bit before that you were used to having a pole, and we unfortunately didn't have a pole in the studio.
Well, to get on a pole, you have to have upper body strength for once, and it's kind of hard, but once you get the hang of it, it's all...
Yeah. You like swing around in circles and stuff.
Yeah. You know how to shake it.
That's right. Well, that's what you got to do. I mean, so in looking at go-go dancing, so, okay, now you've learned, had an instructor. That must have been a little awkward, I would probably think, the first couple weeks. It was like, okay, but you got the idea of it. What do you think is the most difficult aspect of go-go dancing?
Just not knowing what other people think of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
the
more
dancing part, everybody has their own style of how they dance. So I think if you just put your own into it, then.
But that's so true in life. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever, you know, you're best when your personality comes out. And so what is your personality that you...
I'm just fun, cute, flirty. So I just add that into my dancing, and there it is.
And there it is. So now we've got to where you've learned how to, you're getting ready for, you know, your first performance. What are you thinking?
I'm nervous.
I
always get nervous before I start dancing, but people around me make it easier. So I just go for it and think about it later.
Right. And generally you dance with more, I mean, how many people usually go dancing at one time?
Usually, sometimes it's 1 or 2 girls at a time. Sometimes girls go on stage by themselves or different areas. At the club I work at, it's 4 stages. So,
so it's a lot about just knowing where you're at and what's going on. Okay, so now, you know, still getting into you, right? So you've changed your name. Oh, I guess maybe I shouldn't have said that, but you changed it to Envy, right? How'd you choose Envy?
That was a name I have got from family members when I was younger, because I always had problems with kids, and my mom used to say, oh, they're just envious of you. So I just took that along with me to the dancing world, and so it's gone a long way.
You were like a popular girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, you know, good things happen to popular people.
They do.
Yeah, so anyways, okay, so you've gone through, okay, you talked about cages. I just want to go for that for just a second because it just kind of clicked in my mind. Have you ever danced in a cage?
I have.
Okay, tell me about that.
Some clubs are set up differently. Some have cages where it's a big nightclub, and they have like cages on each corner.
Or up in the air.
Yeah, up in the air, and go-go dancers get in there and just have fun in that cage. Yeah.
Well, I remember I saw Britney Spears in a cage one time. She was having fun. She was trying to go-go dance, but she didn't do it as good as you. We're going to actually look at some video footage of Envy. Check out, this is Envy doing some go-go dancing, and I think you're really going to like it. So this is Envy.
Bungalow, the youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Ragamuffin center, call you from the beat. Bungalow, the youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Ragamuffin center, call you from the beat. Bungalow, the youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Ragamuffin center, call you from the beat. Bungalow. They turn away when I hit the funky reggae style. I'm not the Pope, baby king, or even Goma Pal. No, a great retreat, the feet, I beat a Sesame Street. I see the suckers that are the beating, same as style as me. Yo, Captain Crunch, man, yo, I like the flavor. Can I have your autograph? And now I get it laid out. I'm universal, with a lot of versatile. I take a bus to Amtrak and then I fly a cow. Get off the plane, then to catch another train. Rent the motel, take a shower in the rain. Rock a concert, till the vocal concert. Sing a high note, then the girl is with my shirt. I'm not a bird, but still I'm coolin' like Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. This is my trade, I'm getting paid by rhymes that I made. I'm cold mackin', big ol' Mac truck. I'm not a Daffy or a Donald or a sucker duck. Ain't got no money, think it's funny cause you're Donald Trump. You just a Trump in your trunk, is it full of funk? You turn against me, treason was the bees on. You did it to me cause your girlie I was skis on. If I'm a hoe, then Casanova was a gigolo. You be my Juliet, then I'll be your Romeo. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I fight some. You bring it to me cause the reggae style is number one. I've got the rhymes, you got the news. I got the info, you got news. I got the rust of reggae news.
All right, that was awesome, don't you think? We're back here in the studio with Envy, who you just saw dancing quite well. And I can see what you're talking about when you said about the physicalness and, you know, have you ever injured yourself when you're doing this? Have you ever had one of those faux pas?
Actually, I had a couple baby oil on my legs, and I was on stage doing one thing trying to go around the pole, and I slid off.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a bad thing about it. You can get hurt.
Well, I mean, really, it's very athletic. It's almost like what's a sport? I mean, anything that's athletic is a sport. So how did you get through that one. I love those things. I walked off the stage one time in the Music Man into an orchestra pit. Okay, what do you do?
Walk off.
Yeah.
Come back out. Try it again later.
You wait a little while.
Yes. Try to get the embarrassment out the window first.
So how much do you actually practice?
Actually, I only practice when I'm home. Or if I get with a group of girls, we'll go to a dance studio and try to learn some new stuff.
Right.
But just being at work and watching other dancers, you kind of pick up things from them.
Yeah. So do you have people that come and, give you hints and...
No, if I'm on the sidelines watching another girl dance, I'll just look at what she's doing and try to pick it up, kind of. So a couple of dancers might have the same dance move. That's because we're watching each other.
Right. So is there a little bit of competition sometimes?
Always.
Always?
When it's a lot of females working together, it gets that way. But you have to try not to look at it that way and just have fun doing what you're doing.
So that's giving the eye and doing the whole whatever. Are people trying to psych each other out?
Some do. Some so used to it, they just worry about themselves and have fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the idea is to have fun. I mean, if we're not having fun in life, what's the purpose, right? So, if this is fun, then it's what you should be doing. So, you practice mostly just like in front of a mirror and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume.
At home, in my living room.
That's funny, actually. So everyone comes over and do they know that, you're a go-go dancer and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So
they always want me to get on top of a table and dance.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you?
No. I will not.
So, gigs, all right? How do you find your gigs, or how does that work? Because we're talking now, we're moving into the professional, the money side of the whole thing.
There's a lot of clubs that choose their dancers and just pretty much put you on schedule and you work whatever days they have you on. Some places, if they like you, you could talk to them and they'll make you audition.
Okay.
And if you're lucky, you get the gig. If not, then
another one will come, right?
Yeah.
So do you have like a promotional package that you send out, or it's just you show up?
I show up usually. But right now I just stick to one club that I work at.
Right.
So that's pretty much it.
It's been successful for you then, right? So let's talk about audiences, okay? I would assume that the majority of the audience that's making noise is probably the men. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens when you start go-go dancing? I mean, I'm just thinking of, see, again, I have this perception, I'm thinking of Hollywood, whatever I've seen, and someone might be trying to touch you or...
A lot of men, plus women also, try to touch or whatever else. It just comes with it. They see a hot go-go dancer, they're just, you're their fantasy girl.
Right.
So you just have to go with it and play along.
Yeah.
Never allow anything you don't want to happen. So it just comes with it.
So it's kind of playing into the whole fantasy, the whole adult experience, shall I say. And you have to be a certain kind of person to be able to do that. You have to really, I think it would be a difficult job, because it's just, you're out there, you've got your body, you're probably thinking, I could just be assuming this, but I mean, do you ever get up there and think, oh, I'm looking fat today or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm just, I'll suck it in your stomach. And,
yeah, with me just having a baby 8 months ago, I have that problem all the time. I'm in the mirror like, oh, no, not this outfit. Taking outfits, throwing them.
Right, just having the whole diva thing going on. Yeah. So, okay, so you're in the audience, okay, and you're doing your thing. And what would you do if someone, like, touched you inappropriately or something?
Tell them no, or just push their hand away. Let them get the hint.
And then does bouncers come and get them and stuff?
Usually they will.
But have you ever had an experience that's been kind of frightening?
No, not yet. I've seen things that's been kind of crazy with guys touching girls and girls getting mad and bottles thrown. But,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you, like you said, you're just learning as you go, right?
Yeah, learning. Hopefully I'll never have to deal with that, but.
Yeah. But, again, it's kind of part of the things that could happen, right?
Yeah, it is.
So let's talk. So now you're getting ready for the show, okay? So you've gotten all primed and you're ready to go. Like you said, you probably changed your clothes several times. Okay. So you walk out onto the stage, right? What are you feeling at that point?
After doing it for so long, I'm not really that nervous unless it's a real big crowd, but I just feed off of the crowd. It's a lot of people that comes and just want to have fun and watch a good dancer, so
Right.
I just give them what they want.
Yeah. So your goal is just to be 150% every night.
Have fun with the crowd.
Yeah, and I think that's cool. I mean, the crowd certainly will appreciate that because that's what it's all about, So you come out. Has there ever been a time in a situation where things just a mishap or something seemed?
Oh yeah.
Give me an example of a situation that was. I mean, you talked about the pole before, but I'm sure there's been some other
I've
ones.
had outfits break when I'm on stage.
Oh, dear.
I've had heels break when I'm on stage. I mean, it just comes with it. You gotta know how to handle it, and sometimes just walk off and
Yeah.
go get yourself back prepared and come out.
Totally break and.
Yeah, totally break.
So in other words, the audience that night had a special performance.
Yes.
With Envy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to look at some more of you dancing.
Okay.
And I think they're going to really enjoy what they see. She's awesome. I'm telling you, she's awesome.
I hope so.
You are. So this is Envy again, doing some go-go dancing. Check it out.
From the beat bungalow, the youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. Back on the reggae tip equipped with the MIC. I'm not frontin', but my DJ stays in back of me. I keep the thing in my lap, they don't be jacking me. Plus my baby mama crazy, keep the girl from slapping me. When I'm in the club, I'm always in the VIP. Sippin' on tequila, air raid, something lemon sweet. Look at my table, Grey Goose, Tron and Hennessy. Ain't no party like a pro party when you mess with me. Now don't get mad, cause your girlie in my lap. Yapping up the steak and neck, making the butt cheeks clap. Tell your boys we're having fun, so they need to step back. First don't make me go get my gorilla, cause he will attack. This is the last call, best believe that. They're about to shut down the club because you don't know how to act. I'm on the dance floor, still feeling myself. Lollipop girls around me and I don't need help. Hey, I need a breathalyzer. Lamborghini doors waiting for me outside. I'll come to the after party if you need a rider. Your boy been spitting fire. Make the panties sweat, girl, that's my desire. Don't forget to tip the bartender. Show the DJ some love, come down, selector. Beat pop, girl, dropping like a side. It's only 5 o'clock. The party don't stop. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the ripper, come murder them slow. Rock 'em up and set the call you from the beat bungalow. The youngest spit the
I told you it was cool. Totally awesome. She's hot. So, Envy, tell me, how long do you dance when you do a gig?
Up to 8 hours.
Up to 8 hours?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. How do you do it?
So used to it. I don't know, just going on stage and then when I'm off, mingling with the crowd. That's what I
Okay.
like to do. Letting people get to know me a little.
Right. That's when you get your compliments too, huh? That's the best part, right?
Yeah.
So, up to 8 hours. That's a lot. I didn't expect that answer, actually. I was thinking like an hour or something. So in that 8 hours, you're going to probably do something in the pole and maybe in the cage and whatever. So since we're talking about that, what makes for a good go-go dancing club? What elements need to be there?
I say dancers make it a good club. Any club could be a go-go dancing club, really. As long as they have the dancers, and that's what makes the club.
But what would be Envy's ultimate go-go dancing club experience?
Probably a club with just, I love hanging like swings and cages and anything with cages are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cages, something to play with,
Something
right?
in the air away from the crowd because they tend to be kind of rowdy at times.
Yeah. I bet, especially if it's like some really crazy song and there's a lot of them. And then you were talking about a little bit, and I could see that amping up even more when there's a competition between the girls. Is there ever a point where it gets really competitive, where it's like obviously competitive? I mean, people are like freaking and doing all this stuff. And so you have to respond to that?
If you want. Some women just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But what do you do when you see that?
I don't pay no mind.
You don't?
I just do me.
You just worry about yourself? Well, I think that's the best thing to do. Let's talk about the music in go-go dancing, because I talked about it a little bit in my intro. You know, in the old perception of go-go dancers was like the 60s and 70s music, and they were doing that whole, and just all that stuff. And
not anymore.
Yeah, I don't think
it's
so.
It's so different now. Yeah. Some people just go to the type of music they like. Me, I like R&B, hip hop, that type of things. Yeah.
So, can you make a music request? Can you say, this is what I want to dance to?
Yeah, you could bring your own music and dance to whatever you like. Usually the club I work at, girls have their turn.
Okay.
So everyone gets a chance at the spotlight.
Okay, well, that's cool.
They have 4 stages, and you just go to the first stage and do one song, and then you continue going to the rest of the 3. And then there's like 4 dancers at a time. Okay.
So I talked a little bit, again, briefly in my intro about go-go dancing and the perceptions, right? And so what is the difference between go-go dancing and stripping?
I would say stripping, you're taking off something, and go-go dancing, you're keeping it on and just dancing that way.
So it's more the fantasy thing going on.
Yeah. It's more of the costume and stuff, yeah.
Well, you have a good lead-in, because let's talk about costumes. How much do costumes make your performance?
They're all of it. If you just plain Jane, kind of takes away.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine a plain Jane go-go dancer.
I like sparkles and anything shiny, something that stands out.
And so where do you get your costumes from?
There's different stores you could go to. Me, personally, there's a lady that comes and makes outfits and sells them to dancers, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
So I just get them from her.
So you can go in and you say, you have an idea already, and you just...
No.
Or she just knows you well enough?
Yeah, she knows.
What's your craziest costume that you think of? When you think of one that you put out and you say, I'm the bomb tonight.
Some pasties.
Some pasties?
Yeah, just pasties.
Just pasties? Do you worry about that, though? You were like...
I did for a second, but I ran with it, so...
Well, you got to, I bet you had a pretty wild crowd that night. So, shoes, okay? Dancing with shoes for 8 hours. How much do shoes play into what your...
They're a big part. You have to have comfortable shoes. Like, shoes are cute, but when you're dancing for 8 hours, cute does not matter. You need shoes that you're able to dance in and that you could
I'm still not over this 8-hour thing. That's like a marathon.
That's some clubs. Other clubs maybe not so long, but club I work at's 8 hours. Yeah, pretty long.
You must be in really good shape. So, have you ever had shoe malfunctions?
Oh, yeah. Bottom of the shoes tearing apart while you're on stage, cracking, heels breaking. We have so much super glue and all kind of heel glue in my dressing room.
Right. Yeah. Something quick. Have you ever just actually went boom?
I have. It's embarrassing.
I know. And you just get up and you keep going?
Act like it never happened.
Well, of course. You have to. Props, okay? Do you use props in
no.
No?
Not really.
I would think that would probably be something that might come into play, but... Well, if you have a swing, I guess, and a pole, I guess that's good enough, right?
Yeah. That's pretty much what we need.
So nobody uses props? They don't come out with strange,
Some girls like do if it's holidays or things like that, then the club would dress things up and it'll be a lot different.
So what kind of business sense do you have to be like a professional dancer like you are? I mean, what are the things you have to be aware of?
That you're going to get hit on, the good and the bad. A lot of people look at dancers, period, and they're like, oh, they're, you know, they downgrade them and just look at them like they're bad people. And some girls actually enjoy dancing and like to do it for a hobby.
Right. You know, and that's the thing with society. Again, you know, people are always so quick to judge things. They don't really know a lot about these things, and it's easier for people to come to some quick conclusion. But you're enjoying it, you see. And I think that's the message. The message is you're enjoying it. You know, you like to go out there. It's something that it's good for your body. Audiences like it. It's all good, you know. So that's the point. That's the point I think we try to make with this show all the time, is that, you know, there's so many different aspects of life, and people just need to be aware of them and understand them and have a good time. I mean, if we're not having a good time, you know, there's a big problem. So we only have a couple seconds. Do you do any other kind of dancing gigs?
I don't at this point. Just modeling, acting is what also I do. But go-go dancing is what I'm doing right now.
And having a good time, and you're really good at it. So
thank
you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We really enjoyed it. Hopefully our audience will go out and see some go-go dancers. Go see Envy. I mean, it's some good entertainment, and I think, you know, it was great. And I'm glad that you're doing what you like to do.
Yes.
That's the most important part. And to our viewing audience, as always, if you're walking down the street and you see something interesting and you wonder to yourself, hey, what's up with that? Well, tune into our show, What's Up With That. Maybe you'll find exactly what you're looking for. We'll see you next week on What's Up With That. Good night, everybody.